growing up my whole life, I always struggled with my weight.
Yeah.
So, and I was kind of a weird kid too. So I was very unique. I just wasn't like the other kids. And, I just looked different. I was just not like, I don't know, just, I wasn't well perceived by the kids around me. I was bullied relentlessly, and
Yeah.
it was kind of a struggle. But, you know, there were still some great kids there. They ended up being my friends. We're still friends to this day. The kids that bullied me, I have no ill will towards them, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was hard growing up. I didn't really have a lot of friends growing up, but the friends I did have, they were,
Yeah.
Definitely true friends. They accepted me for who I was, and, kind of looked past my differences. So.
The people that bullied you, was it Polynesians or was it like other things?
It was mostly the Polynesian boys. They would just, oh man, it would get so bad. Anyone that was, I don't know, just kind of different,
Mm-hmm.
they would just kind of go after. And yeah, sorry, remembering it, I was like, oh.
No, I got you. No, I got
put back there for a second. It was like, oh. I would get like scared to go to school, and I used to pray like, oh, please don't let him bully me today. And the days where he did it, I was like, oh, thank you, God. He's like, he's a realist. But yeah, I was bullied a lot growing up, and
okay.
it was hard. But yeah, that was my childhood. But it was good and bad. I then moved to Provo, Utah, and I did school a little bit here. It was pretty much the same thing, I just, being the fat kid in school, it's no fun. It's not the greatest.
Yeah.
You're never going to be, perceived well. But coming here to Provo, Utah, I met, I call her my sister, but she's my cousin. That's her right there.
Okay.
And when I first met her, I was like, it was like this light went off in like my life. I was like, oh my gosh, because she was, she was big like me, but she was so loved by everyone because she was like the typical, like, she was funny. She was a funny Polynesian. She was just well loved by everybody. And so I always wanted to be like her. And she like accepted me with open arms. We became best friends. And I think she really boosted my, I don't know if this is dark to say, but like my will to live, because it was getting a little, rocky there.
Yeah.
Just with all the just constant bullying and harassment, and even from like my own peers, I was like, man, y'all are supposed to be the ones to be there for me.
Yeah, the biggest supporters, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but she was like my ride or die, and she really helped me through some of my hardest times. Let's see. But yeah, that was growing up. Let's see, elementary all the way to middle school to high school. It was this constant, struggle, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, high school, I met some of my really great friends. They were, let's see. Sorry, Will, I have to like think about it. I'm old. I have to like think about.
No, you're good. So I have a question for you. So,
yes,
because I know bullying is something that happens a lot, and and then it happens. And I have a younger siblings. I got made fun of. But for me, I think it wasn't really as harsh. But I do know I have a lot of friends and younger family members that do get bullied. And I've had some people on this podcast, and I just kind of want to open this up real quick and talk about it real quick, since I know there might be a lot of people watching this, and then they might just going through the same thing that they're going that you probably went through. Look back at it now. Like I'm sure that being bullied as a kid had a big impact to your personality and who you are today. I get pretty right. So looking back at it now, like what would you, if you had to go back and talk to your younger self when when you at that time when you were bullying, like what would you say to her if you had to do that?
I would. Well, first of all, I would tell her it gets better. Like, I promise you, like, it will get better. You just gotta, go through the days. And just one of the biggest things, because my dad liked to teach us a lot of lessons, and he knew what I was going through. And his thing, which at the time I was like, I don't know about that, but he would just always tell us, like, everyone is going through something, nobody, like some people, they're not going to tell everyone about their struggles. Like everyone has things that they are not doing good with, they're dealing with inside. And, sometimes they just don't pick the healthiest outlet to take it out on. And so, sometimes I just had to think, you know what, he must be just going through something. Don't take it personal. It was really hard, but it's just what I had to think of. Like I remember in middle school, I just thought of this. There's these group of girls in my church, actually. And
wait, as right now, or no, back then?
No, this is back then. Yeah, I was like, oh man, if this is now, that would be a different story. But I just, because I was looking through my emails the other day and I found this, and I remember back in middle school, they would send me emails of just the meanest things. Like I was reading through them like last month, and it kind of like cut me. I was like, oh my gosh, these girls are mean. And I don't know. I'm just not the type though to like, oh, what, you said that about me, like I'm gonna come fight you. It would just it would like, I don't know, for me, because I was I was in like, I don't know, I guess like normal Polynesian, I don't know.
Yeah.
But they looked down upon me, and they would send me these horrible emails, and I would just kind of keep it secret. I was always embarrassed. I was like, wow, I'm really out here getting bullied. But I remember, like, what was it? It was at like a camp. Was it like the ward camps?
Oh yeah.
And they were there, and I like it was so out of my character, but I was like, you know what? Like, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm gonna talk to them. Yeah. I was like, hey, like what's up? Like, why do you guys do this? Like, why do you guys send me hateful emails and blah blah blah? And they're like, oh, we're so sorry. Like, we just don't, we're mad about something, but we're so sorry, like blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, like, but I don't know, they just like swept it under the rug. And I do feel like, people will attack you, through undercover ways, but when it's like in real life, face to face, it's like they'll freeze up and they'll be like, that's right. I bullied you. Or
they're Twitter warriors, you just
back in, I guess the Twitter beef was over email. So
email warriors. The email warriors.
Yeah. And so it just, I don't know. I was like mad, but also just confused. And I think that's where I really saw like social media can be toxic. Like you just way back in the day, it just kind of gives people that like how do you say, like something to hide under, to just attack you. And so
it's like a mask. It's like they can hide behind that mask.
Like a mask.
Hide behind the computer. They hide behind the computer.
Yeah, but then it's like when you confront face to face, it's a very different story.
Yeah.
And I found that out. But sorry, I felt like I went off topic.
So like I mean, like I said, looking back at it to your former self when you were going through it, what would you say to your younger self if you had a chance when you were going through that bullying that Yeah, what would you say to knowing what you know now and being the woman you are today? What if you had a chance to go back to talk to your former younger self? What would you say to her?
I would I would definitely, as I said, I would tell her, it gets better. Just, you know, just stay with your family, because they were the ones who like held me down. So they were like my only friends, sadly.
Yeah.
And I would just tell her that I'm very proud of her for not kind of doing it to other people as well. Because I feel like people who bully, they were bullied themselves, whether it was in their family or amongst, their own peers. So, like that, everyone's going through something. You just can't take it too personally, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's always, yeah. I think I did kind of did some research on bullying a long time ago. I remember that's always the case. People that bully. So for everybody out there that's getting bullied right now, I'm kind of wondering like, why is these like, why are these people doing it to me? It's just, I mean, I know, when people bully, they're hurt people. They were, like you said, they were actually bullied themselves at home, or they're not getting attention at home or from their own home, and so like they need some like they need to hurt other people to feel good about themselves or give validation. But for the most part, bullies are insecure, because if you're secure, if you're confident who you are, you don't need to belittle other people to feel good about yourself. If you love yourself, confident who you are. But so just to let you know, like there's nothing wrong. If anybody's watching this right now and you're getting bullied, there's nothing wrong with you. I just want to put it out there.
No.
It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. There's a problem with them. They might make it seem like you're the problem and you're different. No, there's nothing. You're beautiful and perfect just the way you are right now. It's just they have their own issues, and they're just taking out on you. So I just want kids out there that's listening, or people, even adults can still get bullied. Shoot.
Like you said, Twitter wars. Like I saw one. I was like, oh my gosh, this gets crazy. But I think I would tell my former self that too. Like nothing is wrong with you. Because I still struggle with this, but I thought something was so wrong with me. I was like, what? Like there must be, because everyone keeps like going crazy, and I must be doing something wrong, or something is just wrong with me for this to keep happening. But yeah, I would tell her there's nothing wrong with you. Like you will survive this.
Yeah. All right. And that's the thing. Like I sucks for me. I hate when for me it doesn't make sense. Well, I guess we're when we're younger, it's like we kind of lack the maturity. But I just don't understand when we go older, and when we're adults, and then I still see other Polynesians bully other Polynesians. I just never understood that fact that like why would you like belittle your own people? Like that's like
yeah, no, for real. Like I don't know. I think it just starts at home. Like like you said, like we need to have those conversations, like those tough conversations, like treat other people the way you want to be treated, especially your own people. Like we gotta stick together, like, hold each other up, lift each other, because like I love when we succeed and when we thrive. And it also hurts my heart. Like, I usually see it on like social media, like people bully other people for their accomplishments, or just like they just have a different opinion, and they just get brutal. And it's sad.
Yeah. I know for me it's like whenever somebody tries to bully me today, or they say something negative, try to, or really hurtful, because I always like to use like my mind and my humor to defeat that. So because I know people bully, either got bullied or they have a lack of self-esteem, they're getting hurt. So whenever somebody tries to like say something hurtful towards me, or they try to bully me, I always like kind of use the reverse psychology of like, hey man, you need a hug? You need your parents not.
Yeah.
You need a hug, bro?
Like, you need right a hug? Back.
I'm here for you, man. Like, did you get did somebody touch you? You just like I was, and like you can just see like their face. They're like they don't know, just the reaction of their face, because like, what I'm saying is true, because I know I know they're going through their own struggle. But for me, I kind of use my mind and humor to like,
Yeah.
if
Yeah, I feel like we're good at that. Like,
yeah,
we use humor to kind of
yeah,
go through trauma, I guess. Because
yeah.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just like with my sister that I met here, like she taught me that very well. Like humor is a huge just coping mechanism, and it does work. When you can laugh at your like own problems, or just kind of like laugh your way through things, I think it kind of mentally helps you at the same time. But I think we have to be careful not to like humor it away, so that it just kind of like subdues itself inside you, or like bottle it up.
It's a good way to cope with it, but it's not it's like temporary, but it's not the permanent solution to like, because we gotta let go of all the things that we struggle with. But for everybody out there's bullying, just let you know, nothing wrong with you. You're beautiful, and I think the best thing we can tell them is just like make sure you surround yourself with some good people. Find some good people and just cling with them. And if you have a brother or sister that can beat everybody up,
get that with you.
Get that. If you have that hand, if you have that lying around in your household, then holler at your sister. No, I'm just joking. I don't want any violence.
Or like, I think even finding like another healthy coping mechanism. Like I used to, like, I was a nerd. I still am. Like I play a ton of video games just to kind of like get my mind off of like the stress of the world, or like the things I'm just they're kind of hurting me inside. So I just I'll draw, play video games, read. So I think just finding like healthy outlets for you.
And that's absolutely true. That's a good point. Because like, if you find something, if when you go through bullying, like, and you go through like mental health issues and depression, like the worst thing to do is like don't do anything and just stay in your room and kind of dwell on all those negative thoughts. The best thing to do is kind of find, like you said, find an outlet and do something. I just kind of reflect on my own childhood. I remember growing up as a kid, like I was skinny as a kid. I was hella skinny. So all the guys in my family were pretty big, pretty tall. So I was skinny. So I used to get made fun of being skinny. So I guess I think about it now. I struggle with that, but then I found football. So I was like, oh man, I found that outlet, and then I just put my energy into that, and then worked on myself and got better, got bigger and stronger, and then that helped me overcome that. So I guess I think that's a great point from your standpoint. Like if you're going through some tough times right now, find something to do that kind of help you grow as a person, and also take your mind away from all that negativity. And then some healthy outlets. Healthy outlets.
Because eating was actually one of my outlets, obviously. So I kind of took that to the extreme, and so I had to calm down. So but